Hi there. Welcome to STEM in 10, presented by BASE, the Broward Area STEM ecosystem. We are all here today to talk about what's going on in our community in Broward County and all of the cool things that are happening for everyone. Today we have Dr. Lisa. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Good afternoon, everyone.
Denise, how are you doing today?
Friday.
And our community partner for the day, our nonprofit partner for the day, I suppose, is a better way, from Broward County Libraries, is Miss Autumn Deck. How are you doing today, Autumn?
I'm doing good. It's like, good.
It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day.
It's almost over for me, so.
That is an excellent thing. So, in our traditional fast 10 in 10, we are going to jump to the the wrong one for you. Sorry.
Sneak peek.
Yep, sneak peek. There you go. Acts of Science. Dr. Lisa, what's going on with all this?
It is Welcome to Citizen Science Month. April is Citizen Science Month, and you can be citizen scientists all year long. I probably are. I don't even realize you're doing that. So this time you can share what you're looking at and observing out in the world and share it with the scientists that are putting all that data together to try to make meaning of it. And SciStarter's collecting 2.5 million acts of science this year in honor of the 250th birthday of America. So kind of America's 250 tie in there with 2.5 million acts of science. There were 1 million acts of science last year. So 1.5 times that is a lot. And they have live webinars which count as doing an act of science. And after you watch the webinar, you can continue to do that particular project or join with another one. So the one coming up next week is an interesting one because it's social studies related, and it's transcribing Smithsonian documents that are handwritten into typing them. So if you can read cursive writing or scribbles, my husband's shopping list, good luck to you.
This is one of those ones that the adults all pile on to go. And remember, science is not just for kids. Science is for adults too. This is something all the adults can jump in and do, an act of science, by helping figure out what that handwriting means.
Yes. And I think that would be kind of cool. And then the next one after that is game night. But the game you're playing is called Stall Catchers. And it's looking for stalls in mice brains. You get a little training on how to read the x-rays and the technology, I guess it's MRIs that you're reading. And then you can play the game and try to help detect Alzheimer's in some mice images and train an AI. So,
and those are just the first 5.
Those are just the first 5. That's the ones happening during the month of April. They're happening a few times. You see each one is happening around 2 or 3 times, so you can join in any time, and then you can continue on SciStarter. There's a whole bunch of curated projects you can participate in to get your personal 2.5 million acts of science in over this month.
Okay. My fingers are going to be broken at about 500,000, I think. But okay.
I think 500,000. Okay, but I'm sitting here, I'm looking out the window, and I can just do bird watching and just log them all into eBird or iNaturalist.
That is a wonderful segue for us. Thank you, Dr. Lisa, because Autumn, as part of our nonprofit spotlight, you have, well, first, tell us who you are and why you're here. Autumn.
So, my name is Autumn Deck. I am the community library manager, branch manager for the North Lauderdale Library in North Lauderdale, Florida. So that's the north central-ish part of Broward County. And we have a creation station science here at North Lauderdale. And so what that means is we have science programs. We also have science classes, all sorts of science stuff. And we have our citizen science kits that are housed here at North Lauderdale. So that's a little bit about me and my branch.
And those science kits are the same thing that you just saw from SciStarter.
Mm-hmm.
You can check out those from the national organization at a local branch here in Broward County.
So that's what's up on the screen right now. You see the QR code there. So if you scan that QR code, it's going to take you directly to our catalog where you can request one of the science kits to be sent to your closest Broward County Library branch.
Only Broward County, folks. But now, bird watching came up.
Right. So here at North Lauderdale, we are participating with or we're participating in a grant with, oh my gosh, I can't remember who it is. I have it on there.
Barnett.
Yeah, Starnet. There we go. There's so many that go on. I'm like, I have no idea. I don't know who it's with. But they're awesome. So we are participating in the Flight Path grant with Starnet. And next Saturday, April 11th, we have our amazing adaptations. Wings and feet, eyes on the skies, and bewildering beaks. So it's all about how birds develop based on the environments that they are in. We also, what are you doing? Oh, anyway, sorry. I see cattail. I'm distracted. I'm easily distracted. I apologize. Can you switch the slide for me, please?
The junior maker.
Yeah, there we go.
That's up.
So also next Saturday at South Regional, which is in Southern Broward County. It's off of Pines and University-ish. Pines and the Turnpike close. It's in between University and the Turnpike. We have our Junior Maker Fest. So I'm going to be sending a bunch of my citizen science kits down there, and Bob's going to be there. Yay. So, in fact, he's taking some of my science kits down there, which is great. So they'll be there from 11 to 4. There's going to be all sorts of stuff going on. And Miss Mari, who is organizing the whole thing, is an amazing children's librarian, and it's going to be a wonderful time.
It is. It's going to be a lot of fun down there. And that is meant for families, and all sorts of kids. So come on down and see us. I'm going to be like the ringmaster, just directing people around all the various events that are going on and doing things.
Yay.
And then we have Denise, who is doing our tech corner this week. And Miss Denise, tell us, what do you got going on?
So I'm your friendly neighborhood engineer and fellow parent trying to figure out what happens and what careers your kids are possibly going to have in the next 10 years as AI just dominates everything. Last week I talked about higher order thinking skills, and this is how we prepare our kids for the future of what's next. Last week we talked a little bit about art because we have events coming up with Code Art Fest and the Young at Art Museum on April 11th. This week we're going to talk about spatial reasoning. Spatial reasoning is the ability to rotate objects in your head, right? And it is something that can be taught. Traditionally, engineers and scientists are really good at spatial reasoning, and it comes through learning and playing with objects that move or creating objects. So what better way to build spatial reasoning skills than check out some of the resources available on your kids' Clever portal. I have my kids log in. I don't know if that's kosher or not, but I do. There's Tinkercad on your kids' login portal. Tinkercad is a platform where you can log in, create a free account, and your kids can build objects, three-dimensional objects, that they can actually 3D print. They start to learn how to rotate these objects. They learn top, bottom, side, left, right. They learn about dimensions. They can move these objects around. And Tinkercad has all sorts of tutorials from start to finish. Just to show you how you get to those tutorials, you log in, you create an account for your kid, you go to tutorials, and you start with a placer tutorial, and you start to learn how to use the platform a little bit. What's really amazing about, like I said, all of these tools is it teaches spatial reasoning skills for your kids. It teaches them how to rotate objects in their brain, and they can export these objects to STL files that can be printed on 3D printers. You know who has 3D printers? Libraries. A lot of our libraries have 3D printers, and these are available to our kids. So reach out to Autumn to find out which library near you, or check out the Broward County Public Library system to find out which library near you has a 3D printer that you can play with your kids. One other thing I wanted to call out, because I didn't even know this existed, there's a chess games here on your Clever portal. Chess is another amazing way to teach your kids spatial reasoning skills, how pieces move, how the knight moves up and left or up and over pieces, which pieces block other pieces, and how you can checkmate or have that competition against the other person on the room. And this week it's all about spatial reasoning and some easily free and available tools for you and to play with your kids and help prepare them for the future.
That's an excellent tie-in, because Autumn is going to have 3D printers at that STEM festival at South Regional as a bonus thing for there. And like Denise just said, there's 3D printers at several different Broward County libraries you can go to and get your stuff printed from. That is amazing. That was a great, great episode, everybody. Thank you so much for all that cool information. We do have, by the way, if you want to find the website, click on the barcode. Or if you would rather do it on Facebook, we have one for Facebook too. Anything else, Dr. Lisa?
No, I think we're just over 10 minutes. So
I know. We
time
did.
to end it.
We're doing great. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next Friday. Please subscribe and like and share this out with your friends.